Yeah, let's evaluate the quality of this paper. If I have downloaded this paper from the internet, I would definitely like to know whether how good is the quality of the paper. How do I evaluate it? The first thing that we need to understand is let's see where it has got published. Where do I find it? Probably at the bottom. So it has got published in this journal. Where is this journal? So it has got published here, right? This journal. So what I will do is I will check whether this journal is a part of the Scopus listed journals or not. If not, then I will try to avoid reading this paper until and unless something substantial is there. Other than that also, if I look into the length of the paper, I find, look, after this, if you look at the depth of the paper, see happiness, which is one of the variables in this paper, hasn't been described much. It's just two paragraphs which actually describes the variable out here. If you check this part of it, it just describes happiness. The spirituality is also described not in detail. So I would like to get into better depth if I want to understand. What to take away from this paper? Read this part of it. What can I take away from this paper? Is this theoretical part. This part, Alexander Crofell's theory, this is something which is which might be making some sense to me, right? Other than that, anything else making sense to me? Let me go down and check again. If I check the research plan, see, in a typical social science research, this kind of methodology won't work. What kind of methodology? Look at the diagram, a conceptual diagram. It doesn't have any moderator effect, mediator effect, or anything. In social science, if one variable leads to another, there will always be some moderator or mediators, because there are so many things which influences any decision, right? So only workplace spirituality will not be affecting the happiness of individuals. So in that case, I have my reservations about the conceptual diagram also of this paper. Now I move on. Now I do the data analysis. I'm not getting into the depth of it. uh, I move on. See the details, the detailing under each heading, whether it's analysis, whether it is your conclusion. We will get down to the conclusion. It's not in depth. There are diagrams out there. A good research paper will always have in-depth analysis, and the discussion will be one of the largest part or the longest part of a research paper. Then it will come to the conclusion. It will come to the scope of a future research. So those will be discussed in detail. So once I have a paper like that, then only I can say this is one reference point for me from where I can, which I can use it for my research work. So the first basic thing, check out the journal, whether it is listed in Scopus or not, whether it is affiliated to some famous publisher or not, something like an Emerald, Elsewhere, or Sage are good places wherein the journals are pretty good. After that, you say whether the discussion part, whether under each heading there is substantial discussion or not. In the introduction, whether it's substantial or not, whether in terms of the methodology, whether it has been clearly explained or not, analysis is explained clearly or not, there is enough discussion to substantiate whatever the findings are. Then you check whether there is a scope for future research given or not. Then you come across to the conclusion to see whatever there was a research question has been answered in concise or not. So look into that and then only decide whether it's a good paper or not. Thank you.